Hover or don't bother? What do you do? So we put the question out on social to you guys to hover or not to hover, and we had a great response and some great feedback.
Massive.
So we're going to talk about that to potentially help you to decide whether you're going to hover or not. So Pierce, hovering the golf club, there's a few people who do it.
Yes.
Let's talk about firstly, what is it?
What is it?
And then
Okay.
we'll go into the benefits.
Yeah, let's make sure everyone understands that. So basically, if the club is off the ground, the club head is off the ground behind the golf ball as you're about to take it away, that is hovering.
Okay, so we had a lot of feedback from you guys talking about how you feel, whether it's on the ground or in the air. Let's talk about, first of all, grip pressure, Pierce,
Yes,
because this
of
was a
course.
big one that came up.
Yeah, and think of this, okay, if the club is on the ground, then it's very easy to not have any grip pressure in there, so you can be quite relaxed. That's not always the case, but you can be relaxed. But if you were to hover the golf club a little bit, then you may add a little bit of pressure in those hands. But what a lot of people have said is that the consistency of the pressure as you then go into the move away, it doesn't spike, so you don't grip the club a lot tighter compared to your resting on the ground when the club is hovering. So from here, I have a certain amount of grip pressure. As I take the club back, it doesn't really intensify as much as perhaps it would when the club was on the ground.
Okay, let's fire one away then, Pierce. It's
So that's what I'm going to be mindful of when I'm hitting this, Andy.
Okay.
I'm going to be mindful of, almost think of Ricky Fowler when he's doing this. He hovers the golf, the driver, but I'm going to be really mindful of the grip pressure as I go back. Wow.
very nice.
You're going to ask me the question at the end, what I should do?
I'm going to ask you at the end, don't worry about that.
Yeah, maybe I should do that.
Okay, let's get into the next one, the sort of move away, really talking about the fluidity, which again
Fluidity.
is something they mentioned a lot.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so fluidity. It makes sense if the club head is above the ground and hovering, then it's going to be easier to move the head around, maybe keep more relaxed. A lot of shuffling going on there. It's something that I like to do. I want to keep fluid. So this sort of moving around like this, then fantastic, you can do that. How often, Andy, do we see someone address the ball, get themselves set and go, right, I'm not going to move until I've done all my checkpoints.
Yeah.
I must get everything correct. And they get tenser and they get tenser, and then they take the club back and it gets stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
And or the move away could be bad. It's something that we see so much. So I think hovering the golf club 100% can give you that fluidity, and you can allow that club to glide back in that
The
backswing.
one thing I really like about hovering the golf club, it allows for this one-piece move away where we can get the backswing working in sequence.
Yeah.
Let's fire another one off, Pierce,
Okay.
and let's just show the fluidity of this first move away.
Again, the hover, the hover, the hover. Let's see what happens. Carbon copy.
Carbon copy. 2 in a row. I think I
And
might
that's-
know
you know
what
what?
Pierce is going to do.
It's interesting here, I've changed my mind during this video. It's interesting here on this one, sometimes I get the ball a little bit high on the face because of this, sometimes my downswing can be a little steep. These are a little bit, these are definitely middle, maybe even slightly low,
That's the next
which
point.
brings us to the next point. So I'm just going to tee that a little higher, Andy, a little bit too low. So if you are someone who maybe gets a little bit steep on it or definitely hits the golf ball high on the face, just by hovering the golf club, suddenly you're lowering the ball strike on the club face. And also, if we think about it as well, if we had a 7-iron on the ground, we're pretty much addressing the golf ball out of the middle of the face. Now, when my club's resting on the ground, well, I don't want to hit the ball there. I don't want to, because I'm going to send it up my nose when I hit it. So maybe by hovering the golf club, I'm actually hovering it with a sweet spot where the golf ball is. So I definitely think there's some food for thought in doing that as well.
Yeah, some great points there. So I think ultimately we'd love to get your feedback as well. Do you hover the golf club or do you rest it on the ground? Post down below and the reasons why. We want to really get this understanding of what could work best. So Pierce is going to hit his last one here.
Last one.
And I think I've probably seen you hit the 3 best shots of your life.
Well, if
there,
Sean was
Pierce.
down there, he'd be just doing this, he'd just be doing this, he'd be doing this without even moving.
So guys, look, give us your feedback down below. Do you hover or do you not? If you're struggling with grip pressure, fluidity, or just strike point, hovering could be the answer for you.
Thanks so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed that. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and make sure that you click that notification bell as well.
Yes, make sure you do that to not miss a video. Also, for more on-course tips, plus some of our fantastic coaching plans to help your game, click to our website right here, and we look forward to seeing you there.